What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me at DMAC_LA. Be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. For all the latest Dodgers news and rumors, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and I want all your takes down below in the comments section. I want all your takes on today's topic right down below in the comments section. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Got another round of grades to throw out today, and today we'll be focusing on the catchers. We're going to be throwing out grades for every catcher that played for the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2020. The report cards are in.
I'm going to distribute your report cards.
But before we start handing out these grades, let's do a quick review of the grading system. So A equals elite, B equals baller, C equals average, D equals dude get it together, and F equals hashtag fail. So A elite, suck. B baller, C average, D dude get it together, and F hashtag fail. Now we're going to get today's grades kicked off with Will Smith. The Fresh Prince himself, he follows up his year last year where he gets called up and out of nowhere hits 15 home runs for the Dodgers, gets all those walk-off shots, and then this season he was fantastic. He slashed 289, 401, 579, had a 980 OPS, a 164 OPS plus, 8 bombs, and 25 ribbies. But the numbers that really stood out for Will Smith this year, it was that walk rate, it was that K rate, it was that chase rate. The walk rate, 14.6%. The K rate, 16.1%. The chase rate, 15.3%. His plate discipline this year was elite. His strike zone awareness did not expand the strike zone all year. In the postseason, definitely had a drop-off. He slashed 203, 267, 348, but he had a major impact in the postseason. He started the 2020 postseason going 0 for his first 11, and then he registers 5 hits against the Padres. Then, not to mention the moment in Game 5. Game 5 of the NLCS, they could have gone home easily in 5 games to the Atlanta Braves, and then Will Smith, he was legend.
And a high fly ball to left. Back at the wall, it is gone. Will Smith.
That was the moment that Will Smith became a bad boy for life. He's down 2 strikes in the count, works the count full, goes deep on him, and the Dodgers, they needed that home run in the worst way. They would ultimately win the series and the World Series, and Will Smith played a big part in that, and you're just never going to see that again. In a big moment, Will Smith versus Will Smith, you knew the Dodgers had the better Will Smith.
I make this look good.
And if he doesn't go down with that neck injury last year that forced him to miss 10 games, Will Smith could have been the best catcher in Major League Baseball. He was that good. He was hitting the ball hard all season long. He had 26 hits last year of 95 miles per hour or more, scorching the baseball. And you add that with the play discipline that he showed, it was unbelievable the progress he made. Last year, 20 walks to 22 strikeouts. Will Smith, that play discipline, he understands the strike zone about as well as anyone on the team, and he took a major leap last year. I would have liked to see him play the entire season without that neck injury. So the Dodgers, they have one of the best contracts in Major League Baseball with Will Smith. He continues to be this power hitter that could be a legitimate DH in the other league. That's how the Dodgers were using him in the postseason. He started 17 of 18 games for the Dodgers, batting there in that 5-hole. Now in the postseason, those strikeout to walk ratios weren't as great as they were in the regular season. He had 14 strikeouts to 4 walks in the postseason, but he gave you competitive at-bats the entire postseason, and he came up with one of the biggest hits in Dodger history. I'm telling you, Will Smith doesn't go deep in Game 5, we could be talking about the drought still. So you can make a case that his home run was as big as Kike Hernandez in Game 7, as big as Cody Bellinger's in Game 7. Will Smith came through in the clutch for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, as far as his future goes, he's set to hit arbitration after the 2022 season, and then he's under team control for another 5 seasons. He'll hit arbitration after that. So he's under team control for the next 5 years. He could be the best catcher in baseball as far as the best hitting catcher in baseball. And yes, defensively, Will Smith can get a lot better behind the dish. You saw what happened there in Game 4. He mishandles that throw from Max Muncy, doesn't apply the tag to Rosarena at the plate. Tampa Bay goes on to win that game in heartbreaking fashion if you're a Dodger fan. But hey, forgive and forget because the Dodgers won the World Series. And then as a game caller, the sequence with Pedro Baez earlier in that game. Should have gone with the changeup. He goes with the heater. Tampa Bay gets a home run. So he does have some areas where he needs to improve defensively. But last year, Will Smith, the progress that he made in the regular season, the big hits in the postseason, the 5-hit game, you see that potential. And I think he still profiles as an all-star catcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. As far as the future goes, he's set to hit arbitration after the 2022 season, and he's under team control for another 5 seasons. So you have a great contract with Will Smith. To me, I'm going to give Will Smith this year, I'm going to give Will Smith a B. A solid B for Will Smith. He is a baller. There's no doubt about it. Look, that's a much better grade than Will Smith got back at Bel Air Academy. So I'm giving him a solid B. And if the DH becomes permanent in the National League, that'll bode well for Will Smith. He's that good that he can be a full-time DH, but you want to see him as a catcher. That's where his value is. But I'm fine with seeing Austin Barnes catch a few games a week. He can be Clayton Kershaw's personal catcher. You saw what Austin Barnes was able to do with Walker Buehler. So I'm fine with having Will Smith and Austin Barnes split time as far as Will Smith's the full-time catcher, but give Austin Barnes a few games a week where he can be the catcher. So I love what I saw from Will Smith this year, and I'm pretty much out of Will Smith movie and TV show references at this point. So I'm going to give Will Smith a solid B. He's a baller, not quite elite yet, but the regular season, the way he played, and then the big hits in the postseason, a B for Will Smith. And then next is Austin Barnes. Don't you just love a great zero to hero story? Look, on the post-game show, he was public enemy number 1. The Austin Barnes slander wouldn't stop, and now he's a Dodger legend for what he did this postseason. Austin Barnes, in 2018, he slashed 205, 329, 290. 2019 slash 203, 293, and 340. Last year, he slashed 244, 353, and 314, which those aren't eye-popping numbers, but when you consider the fact that he started the year 2 for his first 22, and then he started hanging out with Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts gave him some pointers, gave him some confidence, and just like that, he went on an 8-game hitting streak, and he gained some confidence, and he was a real threat with the bat in the regular season for the Dodgers, and he attributed a lot of that success to Mookie Betts.
Mookie's great. I can't say, enough about him and what he's doing in the clubhouse, but yeah, he's helped me tremendously. I don't know if he wants it all out there, but, he's kind of wants it under the radar, I think. But no, he's helped me swinging wise. He really has. Talking game, just talking about hitting, and he's helped me in the cage. He's been in there in the cage with me and, watched me swing, and, that kind of just shows you what kind of teammate he is, and to take his time out of his day to, help someone else. So, no, he's been great.
And you got Austin Barnes showing off the guns right there, man. He was looking pretty jacked this season. Must have a Bowflex or something. But he came through in the postseason, and that is when he's the most valuable for this club. Over the last 3 years, he started almost 60% of the games for the Dodgers behind the dish, and he's an elite game caller, and he's an elite framer. He knows how to get that strike at the bottom of the zone. He was top 10 in framing this year, and Barnesy has such a great feel as a game caller. That's why the pitchers, they speak so highly of him. Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler. Austin Barnes actually said that's the best he's seen Walker Buehler pitch, and I think that he should give himself a little credit for the job he did behind the plate. And then there's his performance in the World Series. He had a home run in the World Series, and then he had that big suicide squeeze bunt to bring in Mookie Betts. And then how about the single, the legendary single that knocked Blake Snell out of the game? Kevin Cash comes in, takes out Blake Snell. He pretty much wrecked the Tampa Bay Rays franchise there with that single. And not only did the Dodgers World Series drought end this year, so did Austin Barnes slander. Look, even myself, I've been pretty hard on Austin Barnes at times. Hey, I take it all back. Austin Barnes, he played a pivotal role in the Dodgers winning the World Series this year. The Dodgers were 4-0 in games where he started at catcher. And hey, he's a World Series champion. And as someone who was hard on Austin Barnes in the past, I had to apologize. Look, I felt like Homer Simpson backing into the hedges.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't say anything to Austin Barnes anymore. He's a World Series champion, and he has the ball. He got to keep the ball from the final out. Austin Barnes, I'm going to give you a B. A solid B for Austin Barnes this year, considering the start he had, how he picked it up, and how valuable he was to the pitcher's success in the postseason. In the postseason, he was vital, and I'm giving Austin Barnes a B. And then next we've got Keibert Ruiz. So Keibert Ruiz, one of the Dodgers' blue-chip elite prospects. You've heard about Keibert Ruiz for years because anytime the Dodgers have a big trade, it's always, hey, let's include him for Lindor. Let's include him for Arenado. Well, I think he's got a bright future at the big league level. This year, didn't get too many opportunities with the Dodgers, went 2 for 8, had an 875 OPS, but that one home run in his first game, in his first at-bat. He goes deep against the Halos in his first career at-bat, and he became the 7th player in Dodgers history to hit a home run in his first career at-bat, and the first to do so since Gary Ingram on May 19th, 1994. So he made Dodger history this year, and I think that Keibert Ruiz, with Will Smith the way he's playing, they still have Austin Barnes, they have Cartaya. There's a lot of depth with the Dodgers catchers. I wouldn't be surprised to see his name in a big trade if the Dodgers were ever going to make a big trade in this offseason or next year. But I do think he has a bright future. Didn't get too many opportunities this year, but he definitely made the most of those opportunities, getting a home run in his first at-bat. And for that, I'm going to give him a B-. A B- for Keibert Ruiz on the year, and I think he's got a bright future in the show. But let me know down below in the comments. Let me get your grades for the Dodgers catchers this year. I've got a B for Will Smith, a B for Austin Barnes, a B- for Keibert Ruiz, and a pass for Rocky Gale. So give me your grades down below in the comments. But let me know down below in the comments, is Will Smith the next great Dodger catcher? Will he be an all-star one day? Will he be elite? Let me know down below in the comments. And for all the latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com.